The Washington Redskins, a once proud brand now only affiliated with controversy, corruption, and the disgraced legacy of Dan Snyder. The Washington Commanders, the procrastinated replacement that fails to inspire the masses and is routinely mocked for its bland and lazy design. So both of these names have their own problems. So what if Washington's NFL team were to change their name? Again. Play the intro. Now before we get into this, one thing is clear. I am not bringing back the name Redskins. And I can hear all of you now. Oh, you're woke and a snowflake. No. First off, this isn't a political video. And second, here's why you can't bring back the Redskins name. Dan Snyder. Yeah, you remember him, Washington? What he did to the Redskins' identity in nearly 25 years? Just about everything bad that you can think of. Now that I think about it, let's do a little backstory into the Redskins name. The name came in 1933, when owner and notorious segregationist George Preston Marshall changed the name of the Boston Braves to the Boston Redskins. Now you may be asking, wasn't there a baseball team called the Boston Braves? Yes, there was. That is what the football team was named after. But a year after the team was founded, they changed the name to the Redskins. Now keep in mind, it was the 1930s. Calling a Native American a Redskin was acceptable back then. Only 5 years after the team's founding, Marshall moved the Skins to the nation's capital due to the lack of support in Boston. In Washington, the Redskins became a mainstay. Fans showed up to games belting the iconic fight song, Hail to the Redskins. And you can't blame them, it's a catchy tune. Even though the original version had some choice lyrics, and another version played Dixie at the end because the Redskins were the southernmost NFL team at one point, and Southerners love celebrating losers. The Redskins became the most iconic team in the DMV, even though the Redskins' burgundy and gold stood out from the Capitals, Nationals, Wizards, and Mystics' red, white, and navy blue. Yes, I know DC United wears black and red. They aren't relevant to this, let's move on. The first call to change the name came in 1972, when a group of Native American leaders called to change the name. Nothing happened. There were some instances, but nothing significant. In 1999, Dan Snyder bought the Redskins. This is important because Snyder was a die-hard Redskins fan as a kid and was part of that tradition. The push to change the name picked up steam in 2013, thanks to the internet and mass communication. But in between Snyder destroying any goodwill and meddling in team operations, he strutted to the press that the Redskins wouldn't change the name no matter what. They've been called the Redskins for over 80 years and won a few Super Bowls. Why change it? Mass protests would continue on. The mention of a damn good culture was dropped in between. Ironically, that would be the Redskins' last season with that name. In 2020, the United States went through a race reckoning due to civil protest. And that's where the Redskins name bit the dust. And it wasn't because of the protest or Dan Snyder's heart growing 3 sizes. Let's be real, that will never happen. It was because of money. A group of people wrote letters to team sponsors FedEx, Nike, and Pepsi to pressure the team to change the name. On July 2nd, FedEx sent a letter saying to change the name or they would back out of the naming rights deal. Nike removed all Redskins merchandise that same day. It only took 1 day for Dan to choose money over tradition. I think most rich people do that anyway. Washington said they would be reviewing the team name. 30 days later, the team announced the Redskins name was no more and they would be temporarily rebranded to the Washington Football Team. The birth of the name redacted. And because Dan Snyder is an incompetent jerk, it took 2 years to get a new name. I don't know why it took 2 years when Utah was able to go from Coyotes to Hockey Club to Mammoth efficiently in 13 months. After 2 nameless seasons, Washington revealed their new name. And it was something. I said the logo looks like it was drawn in 5 minutes. Not even that, it looks like something out of a 10-second draw something contest. Also look at the Commanders logo and look at the name Redacted's W. Notice how both look very similar. It's almost as if Snyder did it on purpose and dragged his heels as much as possible. And of course, the fans hate it. Oh no wait, everyone hates it. partly because it took too long and was hyped up just for a bland rebrand. But the main reason why everyone hates this rebrand is they missed the name Redskins. Okay, that took longer than I wanted to, but I hope that explains why the name attracts controversy and why fans want the Redskins name back. So I made it clear that the name Redskins can't be brought back and Commanders is bland and boring. So what do I rename the team to? Initially, I wanted Red Wolves as the new name. Then I thought of something. Washington fans dressed up as the Hogs in the 80s and 90s. Washington has a pig as their mascot. And they can place red in front, creating a two-syllable name. I give you the Washington Red Hogs. The colors will remain the same burgundy and gold, however, black is kept as a tertiary color. The logo reuses the circle from the Redskins, but without the feathers. Inside it's a hog facing east. I drew some sketches based off this Iowa Chops concept logo. The alternate logo retains the same roundel, but with some tweaks. Commanders is swapped out for Red Hogs. The W is replaced with a one-tone hog, and this R logo, which you may remember from this video, replaces the stars. For the word mark, the folks at Font Meme have a font generator with the old Redskins font, so the team can reuse that as well. For uniforms, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The Red Hogs used the uniforms last used in 2019, but with the updated logo. Even though the Commanders' home and away uniforms are boring and uninspired, the Battle Black alternate looks awesome. Besides new letters, nothing else changes. The logo for the black alternate is a burgundy and gold two-tone of the hog. The home and away use the classic burgundy helmet with a gold face mask. The black alternate uses a black helmet with a gold face mask. I even updated the fight song. Here are the updated lyrics. Hail to the Red Hogs! Hail victory! Swine on the warpath! Fight for ODC! Run or pass or score, we want a lot more. Beat 'em, swamp 'em, touchdown, let the points soar. Fight on, till you have won. Hogs of Washington, rah, rah, rah. Hail to the Red Hogs, hail victory. Swine on the warpath, fight for ODC. With Washington officially moving back to DC in 2030 with a new stadium, this would be the best time to rebrand to the Red Hogs. If Josh Harris or anyone with the Commanders is watching this, I hope this video helps you guys change the name to the Red Hogs. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment, and share this video with others. If you have ideas, put them in the suggestion box below. I'll see you in the next video.